Time for Neanderthal.
Neanderthal podcast. Podcast is always in my head.
Listen to Neanderthal.
Let's give it a 3, 2, 1, huh?
I do the 3, 2, 1 and 3, 2, 1. Fire it up. This is Neanderthal podcast. I got a couple dope ass guests here today. You guys want to introduce yourselves real quick? We'll go with like I'm dealing poker here. We'll go. I'm Ryan.
I'm Darin Black.
Darin Black.
I'm Joseph Duncan, mayoral candidate for Liberty 2019.
Liberty, Missouri.
Yes.
Mayoral candidate.
Yes, yes.
When did you announce that you were going to become a mayoral candidate?
Oh, I think the filing date was December 14th or 15th. It was
like a week ago?
Tuesday. Yeah, not too long ago. That's when I announced it.
Jeez, this is brand new.
Yeah.
What did you
just
do?
a little
What made
bit.
you decide to, hey, I'm going to run for mayor?
How
How old are you?
21.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can run for mayor at 21?
In Liberty, Missouri, you can.
Huh. Okay, what made you decide, hey, instead of getting drunk every weekend and partying it up like most 21-year-olds, I'm going to go for a little political aspirations and be a mayor?
Well, it's all about the winner's mentality, right? Changing your mindset, trying to stay positive, and I've been trying to work on that personally for the last couple of months. Really have gotten the self-esteem up, and when I saw that I was qualified to, I guess, get my name on the ballot and file for candidacy in Liberty, Missouri, I thought, well, why not?
How do you even begin to sign up to be a mayor? Can I do it? Can I just go somewhere? And hey, I want to run against Joseph.
Do you live in Liberty?
I live in Liberty.
Just
right now.
go down to City Hall, go to the Office of Administration window, and just ask them for a candidacy form.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it cost money?
No.
Really?
Yeah, but have you lived here for at least 2 years?
Ooh. No, but I can get around that.
Yeah, I've lived here for 13, so I'm a little overqualified, I like to think.
13?
Yeah.
Do you like Liberty?
I love Liberty. I've lived here my whole life, since 3rd grade, I suppose. It's just a pretty mellow place.
Yeah.
I've got no complaints. It's
Really?
treated me
Get outta
well
here.
through the
Bullshit.
years.
I got nothing but complaints about Liberty. I fucking hate. I don't like Liberty.
Well, I'm not trying to sound like an angsty, pop punk kid, right? Saying that
Yeah.
he hates his hometown,
Right.
in the 152 traffic. It's not all
That's
bad.
what I hate. That's it. It's just like, who was the guy that said, let's build our infrastructure on one road. We're going to put every single thing that wants to be built right here. And then it's going to be it takes half an hour to go 3 miles.
Well,
Maybe that's exaggerating slightly, but it's a nightmare driving anywhere around this town.
Well, that's the thing about living in the suburbs, Ryan. You have your business centers,
Yeah.
and then you have your residential centers. And I think anybody who lives in this town kind of understands the phenomenon of you have to leave your driveway, and then it takes you 5 to 10 minutes to get somewhere from there.
Right.
So that whole time you're riding through neighborhoods. There's not a lot of intertwining between the businesses and the residences side by side.
Yeah, but for me, I don't know. It just seems like, but everyone has to go through the business part to get on the highway.
Yes.
So that's the annoying part. Like if I want to go downtown, it should take me 20 minutes, but it takes like 30. I'm bitching about 10 minutes of my life, but
Yeah.
all right. So I don't hate Liberty, but I just don't like the infrastructure. The people are cool. I don't have issues with them. And there's some great places to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of bummed that
here.
I'm really bummed that Rock and Run closed
Yeah.
down.
That's the thing about those businesses
I don't
on the
know how.
square. They just come and go. I actually worked at the Mexican restaurant down there. It's called La Costa now, but under the previous ownership, it was called Las Campas. I worked there for about 2 months. First job ever, but frankly, it wasn't that great. So
Yeah.
once school came around and summer was wrapping up, I wrapped up that job as well. But that's a phenomenon on the square.
Yeah.
The businesses coming and going. It's hard for them.
Yeah,
to
I just
stay
thought that
out
was
there.
such a good fit for this town, just like the local brewery.
Yeah. I don't think we have any other breweries. So.
That's right. We don't. I don't think we do either. We got good places to get beer, but it was just I
Yeah.
was rooting for them.
You been to Hammerhand on the square? Give 'em
Coffee?
Yeah, give them some free advertising here.
Yeah, I did. I went there for the first time just last Tuesday or Tuesday, I think. Tuesday morning, I took a friend up there.
Yeah, I've been there a lot. Doing meetings for this campaign and getting work done. So I've frequented there quite a bit within the last few weeks, and it's really just an impressive place because out here in the suburbs, like maybe if you're down in the city, there'll be like an artisan, hipster coffee shop, on every corner. But I mean, out here in Liberty, that's the only one.
Hipsters.
We have
Come on up to Liberty.
we have
We got a spot for you.
I mean, we have a Starbucks and a Caribou like inside a gas station.
We got a Duncan too.
Dunkin' Donuts and a Panera, and I think I'm hitting all the coffee places.
Yeah.
But even then, I don't consider like Dunkin' Donuts and Panera like coffee places, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, Hammerhand's a nice business. There's a man bun guy that owns it. I forgot his name, but
A what guy?
man bun guy.
A man bun
Shout
guy.
out to you, man bun guy
Shout out
at
to Man Bun.
Hammerhand. I love you.
Yeah.
So
Hit me up. I'll come in there and try some more of your coffee. Man bun dude. Man, this is so we got Darin over here. I don't want to leave you out. It's just like me and him going out. You're just watching us talk. You are how are you associated? How are you two associated? What exactly?
I am his shadow partner.
Shadow partner.
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
No, I'm just helping Joe out. We met each other in college.
Okay.
Took a couple classes together. So became very familiar with each other. He said that he was running for mayor, and I decided I should help him out.
What makes you qualified to help him out?
Like
do you have a background in helping mayors out, or is this your first time? Like, what's
No, well, I've ran with a couple. I've had a couple campaigns myself.
you've run for stuff?
Yeah. I ran for state representative 3 times.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How'd that go for you?
I lost every single time.
But does that mean it's bad, or did you get like
No.
at least a good boost of like, hey,
Yeah,
people are
yeah.
actually behind me?
Yeah, well,
like,
the campaigns they get better and better.
yeah,
Yeah, you start off with not knowing what the heck you're doing,
sure.
and then you develop a fair understanding for it, and then you get your feet on, your feet up under you, and you start running.
Are you gonna keep running?
Me? No, I'm done.
How come?
I prefer to help people out like Joe.
Right on.
Just be supportive and, like I said, just play the background.
Yeah. So what kind of things does that mean? Like being in the background, like what kind of things do you have to do to help him out?
Right now, he just has to get a basic infrastructure for his campaign together. So that's one of the things that we've been doing is just putting together like his social media platform.
Oh yeah, that's big.
Becoming familiar with the city of Liberty and what it takes as like from an administrative standpoint to actually run the city or to be a part of governing the city. So just helping him out with things like that.
21-year-old mayor. That's a
Yep.
hard sell.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It is.
But I think
What's the youngest mayor ever been elected, like, in the area?
I wish I could answer that question right.
How about anywhere? Do you know? Surely. Hey, we can pull this shit up. Czar, can you Google youngest mayor elected? I don't know. What do you guys think? Youngest mayor elected in Liberty, Missouri, or in the country? Let's go with the country.
It's probably right at that
What-
21.
What's your guess?
That something like that. I'll say 21.
21?
Yeah.
Well, they had 18-year-olds running for governor in Kansas recently.
21.
21.
Okay, we're at and when? 87? He was. When was this? When was he? That's when he was born. Was in 87.
Elected
Okay,
at
so that
the
was
age
recently.
of 18.
That was recently. What? 10 years? 10 years ago or so? Roughly. That was when. That
13 years ago.
I rounded around the number. I was told there would be no math, so I just kind of guessed.
Well, you remember grade school, right? You know,
No.
fractions, 5 and above, give it a shove. 4 and
No.
below, let it go.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't. Math was not my strong suit at all. My last math I took was like geometry, and I damn near failed it.
You know, me neither,
High school.
Ryan. College algebra, took that for dual credit in high school
Yeah.
and didn't have to take a math class ever again. So that's been wonderful. But yes, I remember around 2nd or 3rd grade when those timed multiplication tables started coming around. They were the bane of my existence at the time. You know, answer all 100 questions in under 5 minutes. I had to do it by memory. So if you're actually trying to solve them, it wouldn't be that quick.
That's all school is, right? It's just memory tests.
A lot of
Right?
it. Yeah. Yeah, it really seems to be that way.
Yeah.
I'd like to say that, you know, college is different in that regard, but not always.
I don't know. I just seem like school in general is just all it is if you're good at memorizing shit, you're going to be good. I don't know that it really has a real, I don't know,
Well, you know,
explanation if you're smart or not.
I think a big part of our education is not necessarily being in a formal education setting, but it's being in small settings like this, you know, and sharing experiences and sharing the education that we've learned from the formal systems. And it's about getting out there and, you know, I guess trying these things out in the real world, you know, and having your own hypothesis, I guess, and coming back to your theories and trying to elaborate on them. Okay, Mom.
That's a big word.
I like that word. 21 is a hard sell, but I think you could do it if you got the right ideas and the right platform and the right people behind you. How did you decide to let him help you? Was he just the first guy that came to you and you're like, yeah, I'll take what I can get? Or do you guys have a lot in common? Like, how did you guys even get connected with each other?
Well, as Darin was saying,
other than college, but like afterwards, like or have you been close since college?
Well,
you're 21. Are you still in college?
No, I just graduated this semester.
Damn,
I don't think I'd do it if I still had classes next semester. It'd be a little much.
No, I was just in your age. It's for 21. I would think you'd still.
I'm graduating a semester early here, so it's my claim to fame, I suppose. But no, as Darin was saying, we met in school. We actually met in Spanish class, but then we had 2 poli-sci classes together, or 3 poli-sci classes together. So we had a class together each semester after the Spanish class. And, you know, it was in the poli-sci classes that we really got to talking and hanging out. But as far as getting him on as my consultant, you know, I just told him that I was, you know, running for mayor of Liberty. And then, you know, lo and behold, turns out Darin is actually a very experienced campaign consultant. Yeah. So I'm very lucky.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you believe in coincidences, but that seems like a good one to me.
Yeah, I mean this podcast has been nothing but very interesting coincidences. I don't know if I don't know what to believe in them, but I don't know, something's been going on. So, universe works. It works, right?
Definitely.
So how about for both of you guys, when you were like in high school and stuff, were you guys in like student council and like debate teams and stuff like that? Were you guys like kind of politically minded, or like how did one get? Because I'm not a political dude at all. I was doing sports and chasing women in high school and just like politics. I'm not smart enough for that.
I was pretty much the same way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When did it change? Like what happened?
It changed for me when I was working at Ford. I was in the union.
Okay.
So I worked at Ford for about 7 years and saw how, you know, the politics worked with unions and how, you know, it was just like a real big connection between voting and getting people out to vote and union participation and just, you know, being a part of the Democratic Party. And so it was just politics was all around, man. So, you know, anytime when an election was coming up, your union representatives or your union president would make sure that you got out and vote. Made sure that you knew what type of issues were on the ballot. So, you know, one day I think it was an open position for a state representative coming up. So I decided to get on the ballot, and I ran for state rep.
Is that the same way as you run for mayor? Just go down and say, "Hey, I want to run."
No, well, I mean,
I'm so ignorant.
you gotta be well. State representatives is a little bit different from local, municipal election.
Okay.
State representatives, it's a partisan election, so you have to become a part of a party. You have to claim, what party you're gonna represent.
Okay. What party did you represent?
I represented the Democratic Party.
Okay.
Yeah. So you sign up with the party. You go to file affidavits with Jefferson City, and then you get on the ballot.
How much does it cost to put your name on the ballot?
It costs about $40 to get on the ballot.
That's it. It only costs $40 to run for.
Huh. Yeah. I mean, you don't want to make these things hard. You want to make them easy. You know what I'm saying? Where anybody can be, a state representative. It shouldn't be a situation where you feel like some upper class or some elitist type of person should have these positions. These positions should be for the average Joe. It
like should be,
Joe Duncan for Liberty.
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah. And how about you in high school and like kind of?
Well, Ryan, it's interesting. When you don't have a political worldview, there are things happening around you that you are not necessarily aware of. But then once you obtain your political worldview and your political education, then you can look back on those events and really analyze them and get a feel for what was going on. Just the demographics of the schools I went to, and the rural poverty students, the minority students, and then of course just the I guess the middle class students, which was most of them. In high school, I'd say I was a little political. I got really into Philip K. Dick novels. He actually would have had his 90th birthday back on December 16th.
Dude, you're a hardcore fan.
Yes.
I love to read, and I got some authors I really like, but I could not tell you their birthday.
Yeah. But no, I won't go on a whole tirade about Philip K. Dick because I could. But I've read about 20 of his books, and
what kind of writer is he? I don't know anything about Philip K. Dick.
Science fiction.
Ooh, I love a good
futuristic dystopia, all that good stuff.
Let me write. I'm gonna write before we forget because I've got a short attention span. I'm gonna write down this dude's name because I'm always looking for good science fiction, and then I'll share one with you in a minute.
All right, sounds good. It's Philip K. Dick.
Philip K. Dick.
Oh, stop.
Philip K. Dick.
I'm trying to keep it professional here,
Not
Ryan.
me, dude. Not me. You can be as professional as you want. I'm a fucking disaster, son.
Yeah.
I'm drinking Henny. I'm drinking Natty Ice. It's Sunday. What do you want from me? This is how we do it here on Neanderthal.
Let's see.
Philip K. Dick, science fiction.
If I could recommend a good starter one to you,
please.
I would say A Scanner Darkly, or The Three Stigmata of Palmer Eldritch.
A scanner what?
A Scanner Darkly. It comes from the biblical phrase, through a glass darkly.
Okay, and what was the other one?
The Three Stigmata of Palmer Eldritch. Palmer as in Arnold Palmer,
right.
And Eldritch as in, Eldritch.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
But back to politics.
Really?
No, his
taking the science fiction.
No, but his books were politically inclined. A lot of them involved, just average Joes. No pun intended. A lot of his books involved, disgruntled, middle-aged average Joes. Not really important in society, but they find the courage to rise up and save the day and, get the girl and all of that fun stuff.
The hero's journey.
Exactly. But, the way I've come to see the world through Philip K. Dick novels and through my education at UMKC, which I guess right now I should just mention that I just graduated with my bachelor's from there in
Dude,
political.
Congratulations, man!
Yeah, and
fist bump to that. Nice.
In political science, nonetheless.
Yeah.
But the way I've kind of come to see the world is on the left you have the governments, and on the right you have the free market, and it's all about just those two entities trying to find the balance.
Huh, yeah. Okay. Got nothing to say to that. I am very, like I said, I'm very ignorant to like the fact, like what does even a mayor what can a mayor do? Like, what is like the powers of a mayor? Like, what do you do as a mayor? Like, kind of explain it to me.
Well, primarily what the mayor does in Liberty, they set the tax rate, they balance the budget, and then just any other issues that may be coming up on the municipal ballot.
Like what?
Um,
What's an issue going on right now or recently that the mayor's had to be involved with? Who's the mayor right now?
Brenton.
Lyndall Brenton?
Mm-hmm.
Will you be running against Lyndall?
He's my only challenger
What kind of
right
name
now.
is Lyndall?
Lyndell.
Where's Lyndall from? I mean, obviously from Liberty, but like that name. Who names their kid Lyndall? Like where do you come from?
Well, he's an older gentleman, so back in those days.
Yeah, Lyndall is an interesting name. I'm not saying I'm not knocking it. It's just I've
No,
never heard
and
of it.
I had a meeting with Mr. Brenton last Friday, and he was actually a very kind man and gave me a lot of insights into the mayoral position.
Yeah, I bet he did.
Mm-hmm.
I bet he did.
Yeah, hopefully good ones, right? I can't think of any issues that come to mind recently. I know that they just authorized more money towards the schools in Liberty. I think about 9 or 10 years ago, those blue and yellow trash cans that we have out here, right?
Yeah, for the recycling and the trash.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I think that was city oriented as well. So
that was an issue that the mayor was involved in.
Well, like the city council.
Okay.
Doing those kinds of government things, just small issues like that, not necessarily always small, but some big ones too. Not to sound too vague or anything. Right now, the primary goals of the Liberty City Council, as far as I can understand it, are to basically just try to expand the businesses here and the economic vitality of the city, and just try to make it grow as big as it can while also maintaining the quality and making it a place that people want to live.
People want to live out here. People love Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
Liberty's blowing up.
Liberty is blowing up, man. They got good schools out here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the restaurants you want.
Yeah.
For the most part, right? I mean, like if you're into the bigger chain.
But whenever I'm hungry, I can never find something to eat out here. Too many options.
What do you like? Too many options? What's your go-to spot?
Oh.
Or a couple go-to spots other than the coffee place. Like, do you got any?
My go-to spot is honestly the Quick Trip gas station on 291, and I think it's Liberty Drive over there.
Oh yeah. The CBD American Shaman store is over there.
Mm-hmm.
I had that guy on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, check his stuff out if you guys are into CBD.
Well, anyways, I primarily go into the Quick Trip, and I was addicted to those donuts for a while. The Bavarian cream
donut?
one, the Bavarian cream ones, and then like the ones the cake donuts with the glaze on them. I mean, shoot, it was hard to get off of those. But now I'm on the roller items, the spicy chicken taquitos and the egg rolls and
the egg rolls are fire.
And the hot dogs with the cheddar in them.
Ooh, I haven't had that one.
No, Quick Trip is my go-to place because it's in the name, Quick Trip. That's their business model, right?
Sure.
You're guaranteed to be in and out of there 60 seconds or less.
If you want to be, yeah. Darin, you a Quick Trip fan?
I love Quick Trip.
What do you get? What's your meal of choice at Quick Trip when you're in there?
I'm a coffee guy.
All right. What's your coffee? Give me your coffee procedure when you walk into Quick Trip. I want to see how it differs.
I usually get the Nigerian blend.
Okay.
And sometimes if I want to spice it up, I'll hit a little. What is that? That cappuccino hazelnut.
Okay.
I'll hit a little bit of that. Get some sugar.
Yep.
Put a little bit of sugar in there, make it a little sweet, like a cappuccino type style.
Hell yeah.
But that's when I'm feeling real frisky. My typical day is just original Quick Trip coffee.
How about food wise?
No food.
No food.
No food.
I prefer the black coffee as well. So.
I'm a little older, man. That food, tears my stomach up. I can't.
Now I'm getting that way. So I understand that.
Yeah.
Man, we're just giving all these businesses free advertising today.
Yeah, I want everyone to be good.
Trip.
I want everyone good.
But it's all about letting the clientele of this podcast know about the cool spots in Liberty and what's going down here and showing them I'm a real local and kind of,
There's some good
understand
spots.
what's going on.
There's definitely some good spots around here. There's a chicken wing spot on the square that just opened up recently.
Really?
Like just recently, like a month or two, probably maybe 2 months ago, if that. And it's really good.
Is it on the square there? Or is it over by that Cody's Quick Stop?
Nope, it's on the square.
Okay.
It's kind of by, it's right by that Mexican joint you used to work at.
Ah, okay.
It's good. So if you're in Liberty, check it out because, as we know, businesses on the square don't always have the best of luck.
Yeah.
I wish them luck because they're fire. Those wings are fire.
Enjoy it for a year while it's still there, and you're always, it's strange too because Rock and Run, right? Like every time I was in there, it seemed busy enough.
I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know if it was maybe just mismanaged.
Well, it was that, I think a lot of it had to do with that building collapse over there.
Yeah, and then they had to move, right?
Yeah, because these are old structures from the late 1800s.
Wow.
Yeah,
1800s.
Yeah, setting up spaces, businesses in the bottom and rentals on the top, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, on the corner there, corner of Kansas and I think whatever that other street is called, they had a building collapse there.
Right.
And Rock and Run was right next to it. So they, the buildings were all next to each other, so it got some of the stress from that collapse, so they had to put up new beams and a new wall on that side of the building.
Yeah.
And it was my understanding that it just drained them financially.
Why would they? I didn't realize they would have had to have paid for that. I thought that would have been covered by insurance. Right?
I mean,
no?
Not to get too political here. I mean, I am a mayoral candidate.
You are running in the political atmosphere here. I mean,
you see all these commercials on TV for insurance, right? They're not giving everybody their cash out, for every single claim. You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah. Well, we'll just leave it at that maybe then.
Yeah, I mean, are you afraid to piss people off with like different kind of views that you have? Are they like, you think they're too controversial or something?
Oh, man.
You're going to find more people on your side on
Get
the
into
insurance kind of.
Get into the edgy questions now. Well, nobody likes...
I'll stop.
No, let's do it.
What'd you have for breakfast, Darin?
No, let's get into the edgy questions. Insurance, right?
But you don't have it. Do you have anything to do with insurance? Would a mayor have anything to do with any kind of insurance? Anything to do with insurance?
Actually, yes.
Okay.
With the mayor and the city council.
Okay.
Just the insurance of the city positions. I know that mayor and city council members are get free health care under the city of Liberty, being employed through there.
Shouldn't they? I agree with that. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't mind them getting that.
Yeah, but left or right, nobody seems to like paying for health care. I've noticed, whether you're paying through the government or through a corporation.
I don't mind paying. I don't mind paying for it. I don't want to pay an exorbitant amount, but I understand that things cost money and I need to pay for them. I mean,
you know what a protection racket is, don't you?
No, I don't know anything. I'm drinking Natty Ice.
It's a protection racket is when you live in, a crime-oriented area, say like New York City, right? You have a small shop, you're just trying to get by.
Yeah.
Some guys from the mob come in, say something like, hey, like pay us protection.
Right.
But then they're the ones in there breaking all of your stuff, right? So you have to pay them every month to make sure they won't smash up your shop with baseball bats.
Sure.
So that's kind of how I feel about insurance, right? They're always trying to scare you with, well, what if something happens to your body, which maybe later in life, but I'm still young. Don't have to worry about that for like 10 more years.
Oh, probably even longer than that.
You never know.
Yeah.
Well, I try to stay healthy.
You never know. You're right. Anything could happen, but as far as like doing what you can, just do what you can. I mean, I look at it like I'm not the most, I don't know, healthy person, but I try to do I'm quite a bit older. How old are you, Darin? Can I ask that?
I'm 37.
37. Oh, we're about the same age then. So I've always been just like, this is our meat vehicle. We get one vehicle made out of meat. Take care of that shit, man.
Yeah.
Work out, eat decent. Like I got a McDonald's problem right now. I'm not gonna lie. I have got a fucking serious McDonald's problem. It's bad. I need to get off of it. It's one of the worst addictions I've ever had, and I've kicked some shit. And this is a hard one. These fries are
No.
Fuego.
I understand that.
El Fuego, for real.
It's all about trying to find the balance, really. You don't necessarily have to eat the healthiest, just as long as you're not overeating, right? But a little bit more about myself. I actually ran cross country for 5 years, 1 year in 8th grade.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, 4 in high school, 2 years of track, but I didn't like track that much, so I stopped after sophomore year because, I was in the long distance group, so they would just have us run 16 laps on the track, which translates to 4 miles of circles. Yeah. But I still run to this day.
Yeah? Here in Liberty,
here
I
in
will
town.
give Liberty this. I love to run, too. In this neighborhood that I live in, it's a wonderful neighborhood to run because it's so hilly. And Liberty's great about that. This is a good place to run.
No, good place to train. Lots of hills and lots of sidewalks, too, well maintained. So.
How far do you run now?
Well,
or
I try to get out maybe like 3 or 4 times a week.
That's really good.
Yeah. I went, I think it was Friday night, or maybe it was Thursday. No, Friday it was. Ran 4 miles and then just walked another mile with the dogs. So 5 miles of activity total.
How long does it take you to run 4 miles?
Usually if I get I was so much faster in high school. My jogging pace.
Weren't we all?
Yeah, right. My jogging pace used to be about an 8-minute mile, but now it's just about like a 9:45 if I have other miles on top of it. So it's not fast, but I'm going,
Your heart rate's up. You're staying in shape. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How about you, Ron? How many miles do you run a week?
Oh man, I tore my Achilles heel, so I don't run anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
I did the same thing in basketball.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, that's hard.
I want to keep my one.
You saying you were playing sports in high school?
I was playing basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was your sport?
Yeah, basketball and football.
Yeah. I was a soccer dude, man. I mean, I played everything, but soccer. I mean, 5'10".
Oh yeah.
170 pounds. I'm pretty limited to what I can play. Right?
Well, yeah, I'm 5'11" and 165 pounds myself, so we're about the same, you and I, Ryan.
We're soccer builds and runners. Yeah, we're runners.
Well, the main reason I had to do cross country really was just because, no hand-eye coordination as far as, getting balls thrown in my face, footballs and baseballs and what have you. It's better just to run fast and not have to worry about getting hit in the face. I mean, dodgeball in middle school and high school, gym class, no. Traumatizing experience for me.
Oh, I would
getting hit in the face.
You were one of the
You were the
that
guy
was
on the
lighting up.
other side.
Yeah.
You were, yeah, and the coach is always like, "Don't aim for the face," but that's what everybody's doing.
I was a headhunter. I was a notorious headhunter, man. I was like a wolf, man. I'll be circling like a motherfucker. I'm just looking down. I'm looking for your head. Or the real good one is when they jump and then you hit them in their feet and then they flip and land on their back. I was an asshole. I'm looking at you guys right now. You're looking at me like I'm just.
No.
I wasn't a bully. Don't look at me like that.
I like it.
Right.
I like it. You bring a certain viciousness to the game of dodgeball.
That's what dodgeball is about, is being vicious, man.
Yeah, I tried to.
We ain't playing catch, son.
Right.
I'm trying to light you up.
Yeah, I wasn't much of a competitive person in high school. Yeah, I have to be. Winner's mentality, keeping it positive, right? But yeah, back in high school, especially with dodgeball, it was definitely, conflict avoidance, sitting under the bleachers, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Sitting
under the bleachers making out with some hot chick, right? You can tell us that.
Not necessarily, no. I don't want to go back to high school.
Who
Ryan.
does? High school's the worst.
But let me say though, if I could though,
yeah,
I'd kill it because I'd know exactly what to do and when to do it. But now going back to high school gym class, you have to have 1 full year of gym, right? So in 9th grade, I did weight training.
Oh, nice.
And then in the first part of 10th grade, I did body sculpting, which was like the girls' gym class per se.
That's a smart move.
It was a much more laid back experience, and
That's a smart move.
yeah, I got to meet some nice friends in there.
Yeah, I
so.
bet. Friends in quotation marks.
Yeah, well, I don't want my constituents out there to think that
I'm
that
telling you how
kind
I
of
think. I'm not telling you how
21-year-old.
I think. This is a look into me. This is how I'm like,
All
yeah.
right, you heard it, everybody. That's Ryan.
It is Ryan. Ladies, I'm single. Hit me up, neandertalkpodcast@gmail.com, or you can text me. That text joke is an inside joke for just a couple people. I got a very interesting text message recently from whatever yeah. Oh, I'll bring it
It
up.
really do be like that sometimes.
Check this shit out. I'm getting all whatever with you guys. I'll get a little personal with you.
Yeah, let's go.
A little insight on me. I'm hanging out. I don't know. Is it 5-6 days ago? I don't even know when the fuck this was. And all of a sudden, it's midnight. It's damn near midnight. I'm just getting into bed, and my phone goes off. Normally, I ignore it, but this was like right in between that stage of like falling asleep and still being awake. I had a few drinks that night, and it says, "Let me find my phone." You guys might find this interesting. If not, I'll shut up. But maybe I won't. It is my show.
Well, I mean, 12 at night, you get a.
But
get a
okay,
text
no, but
message
this is weird. I've been asking a couple people's opinions on this and like what's going on here, and I think I'm to the bottom of it. I think I'm to the bottom of it, but all right. So out of nowhere, it's from a random number.
Yeah.
I don't know, and it says, "Watch your podcast. You are so damn hot, and your voice is sexy."
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Okay. Well, this is gonna sound like I'm bragging or something. This isn't like a kiss and tell moment, nothing like that.
Right.
And I'm like, "Thanks. Who is this?" And she's like, "Oh, blah blah blah." Like I didn't know where this number was. She tells me, "Oh, hey, I know somebody that was on your podcast, and I just broke up with my boyfriend."
Oh.
I said you were attractive, blah blah blah, and next thing you know, my friend grabbed my phone and put your contacts, and here I am texting you. And I was like, "Well, do you live in Kansas City? Because this is a weird phone number." It was like a 951 area code. And I was like, I looked it up, and it was like from California. And she goes, "Well, I was nervous about texting you randomly, so I used this app that changes my phone number."
Oh.
What we got going on?
That's kind of creepy.
Yeah, big oof.
It's kind of creepy, but
Yeah.
I'd been drinking. Well, she's like, "Hey, I heard you like," because she listened to a couple of my podcasts, and because I was like, "Yeah, whatever." And she goes, "I heard you like pictures."
Uh-oh.
I'm like, "Yeah, who doesn't? Who doesn't? Right? I'm a single dude. I like pictures of
all
anything.
kinds of things.
Anything,
yes,
man. You
yes.
can send me some boob pics, fire them away." And anyway, she ends up sending me these pics. This chick is a legit dime piece. I'm not saying. I mean, this is like dime. And anyways, it ended up being like, it's like this whole catfish situation. It's not really this chick. We had this whole conversation for 2 hours. I'm thinking I'm talking to this chick that's sending me these pictures of just this super hot gal. And I think it's catfishing. I don't know. It's very strange. So I got that going on in my life right now. So that's where that joke came from. If you want to text me, ladies. I got a weird text. I'm not to the bottom of it yet.
You gotta be careful what you ask for.
Well, I'm sure all young men with a cell phone have received some interesting texts at 11:55 when they're trying to fall asleep. I know I have, and Darin certainly has as well.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna leave it at that.
You guys a couple
Yeah.
single dudes?
I'm single, yes.
Single?
Yeah, I am now actually.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend actually lives like in a half-mile radius from where we're doing this podcast right
You want
now.
to go egg her house?
Nah, I like to think we left on good terms, you know?
Yeah. Let's go to my ex-wife's and egg her house then. How about that? Just
Well,
kidding.
I'm trying to be the mayor of Liberty here, so I can't even say I'll drive the getaway car for
Right.
you, you know.
What would be, so like what else could you, what do you have in mind being mayor? Like what are your kind of aspirations or ideas? Like I want to be mayor because these are my ideas that I want to see happen. Like what?
Well, obviously,
I mean, you got to have some motivation. Like
Yeah,
what's
of
the
course.
motivation?
obviously, I want to see my city succeed, right?
Right.
I love it, and I've lived here my whole life. Right now, the platform we're working on is infrastructure, growth, and education, and those are going to be the main focus areas of this campaign. Because the kids, the families with the kids are really what makes this town. There's not really a lot of single individuals living out here. This is where you move once you have a career and
That's true.
you have kids, and then you want to live a quiet life.
Yeah, I read about that. It's very family oriented.
Yeah, but it's not really about my goals. It's about the goals of the City of Liberty and the people who live here. I'm on a listening tour right now, so I'm listening to the residents of Liberty, seeing what they want, and trying to help them out to the best of my ability.
What do they want?
Well, as we were talking about earlier, they want less traffic, but unfortunately, that a lot of that is
it's too late.
Well, a lot of it's MoDOT,
Okay.
So you remember your federalism
Missouri
unit?
Department of Transportation.
Yeah, you remember your federalism unit in high school, right? Marble cake federalism versus layer cake federalism.
Darin, do you remember that?
I have no idea what he's talking
Thank you, me neither.
All right, so okay, so imagine like your normal cake, right, with layers, right? You got the frosting on top. That's like the federal government. It covers everything. You got a vanilla layer on the bottom. That's the state government, right? And it doesn't have any control over what's on top of it, but it's on top of the vanilla layer or the chocolate layer, I guess. I don't know. But it's on top of that layer.
The chocolate layer.
That bottom layer is like city government, right? Because that's the way the government works according to the Constitution. Is federal always overrules state, state always overrules city government.
I thought it was designed to be the other way around. I thought state was supposed to have more control than federal.
This is the United States of America.
Isn't that how that was designed, or am I not remembering right?
Not necessarily.
No, it depends on the issue. Whatever is not.
Shouldn't that be all issues? Shouldn't the state be more powerful than the federal?
Well, whatever is not covered in
No? Why not? Because if I don't like this state, what they're doing, I'm going to go to a different state that likes what they're doing.
Yeah, no,
I thought that's how it was designed.
You have the
Ron's
freedom.
getting ready to go here, guys.
No, you have the freedom to go anywhere you like, but states were the ones that implemented slavery. They were the
exactly.
Ones
so
they fought
okay, for sure. But if I'm living in a
stuff.
state that's got slavery, I don't want to live in that state because fuck slavery. I'm going to move to a different state that doesn't have it.
Right.
Okay, wait. I see what you're saying when it comes to that, but that's a completely okay. When it comes to like a giant issue like that,
Ryan, let's move over to something more simple, right?
No, that's really simple.
No, but driver's licenses, right? Have you heard of the full faith and credit clause? It says that full faith and credit, any legal document in one state should be valid in another state, right? It's why you can use your Missouri driver's license to drive in California,
sure,
where the driving age is 18 instead of 16, like it is here in Missouri.
Right.
Or like with the legalization of marijuana, right? What the Constitution says is, and I can't remember the exact clause. Darin is the constitutional expert.
Oh, no,
but there's a clause in there that basically says that whatever is not covered in the Constitution by the federal government is
Goes
left
back
up to
to
the
the
states. See, we learned something at UMKC.
I'm sure you did. Learned a lot more than me. I'm still stuck on this thing. I get that point, but I think issues like that, sure, are federal. But like when it comes to governing your state, like the marijuana issue, so we just had Jeff Sessions. Thankfully, that guy's gone. I don't know what your guys' opinion on him, but fuck him. I'm glad he's gone.
Yeah.
But he wanted to go after the states that legalized marijuana, but the states should have the right for that, and they shouldn't have to worry about what the feds say. And that's what I'm saying when it comes to the state's power, when it comes to things like that. And when it comes to human rights issues, that's a completely different issue. But something else, I don't know. I think.
Well, I get what you're saying.
I think there's a balance, right?
There should be a balance.
There should be.
I think that's. We're definitely in agreement right there. It should be
like abortion. Say this state has abortion. That's another one. Oh fuck! I'm not bringing these up.
You're trying to bring up all the tough ones.
No, I'm just thinking. I am thinking of the extreme issues, but is that a thing? Is that? Huh? Man, never mind. Yeah, say whatever you want, man.
Well, I'm here in the podcast room, and for those of you audio listeners, you probably can't see this, but up on the TV here, we just Brenton over here pulled up a picture of the incumbent mayor of Liberty, Brenton. So I looked over. He doesn't look like that anymore either. He has a beard now. Much better look, actually.
Probably looks like Santa Claus. Can we find a bearded Lyndall Brenton? Is he Democrat or Republican? I guess he's Republican?
Well, nonpartisan,
Okay.
for mayor of Liberty.
He doesn't register as, he doesn't like, hey, I'm obviously this.
I mean, I didn't ask him about that in our meeting.
But shouldn't it be obvious the way he I mean, he's got to be.
If you're an expert politician and, he has a master's from William Jewell College in finance, so he's on the...
So he's a hardcore politician, huh?
No.
How long has he been the mayor?
He has been the mayor since 2013. The mayor of Liberty has two-year terms.
Okay.
So he's been in 3 terms now.
Okay. What do you want to do after mayor? Do you have aspirations to go further?
I'm not sure about that right now, but right now I definitely want to try and hold the position for at least 2 terms, enough time to get done, the necessary things that need to be done. But, I'm not mayor yet, so I'm sure I'll have more insight once I'm in the city council meetings every single day, right, reading the briefings and all of that fun stuff. Because, all of that information is not necessarily available to the public, because right now I still am the public.
Right. When's the election?
April 2nd.
Oh, it's that soon.
Mm-hmm.
I was curious why you were. Like I said, I don't know anything. I was wondering why you were. It's December and you just now started, so you got about 5 months till.
Yeah.
So what's the game plan, you guys, on like hitting it hard and letting the people of Liberty know, hey, vote for me. This is who I am. This is what's up. Like, where do you even begin to kind of like, quote unquote, pimp your man?
Well, we're starting off with the listening tour right now, just to get a feel of what the people.
But how do you do that? You knock on doors, or are you just doing it social media? Like,
yeah, you knock on doors. You make phone calls. You make meetings. You go talk to people. You reach out and you just you kind of like follow up. You talk with one person.
It's really personal. Like the mayor is super personal, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice.
And Liberty's a small town, so you
really
have to have that small town personality or that type of character where you're engaging with people.
Mm-hmm. Just shaking hands and kissing babies.
I suppose
Literally.
so. But after this listening tour, we have the social media operation up right now, trying to show people that we're actually out here doing real work, that this is a real campaign. Because that's the thing, when you're this age and you tell your friends that you've known for the last 6 or 7 years that you're running for mayor.
That's awesome.
They all kind of laugh about it, but then you show them the social and you show them the campaign documents, and they're like, "Oh, I guess it's real."
Nice.
Well, good luck.
Good luck. Hopefully they're voting for you.
Yeah, hopefully. No one's taken me too seriously yet, but
why not?
I'm gonna show them. Oh, I just get different reactions, Some
Dude, you
people-
got a legit dude in your corner.
No, definitely.
You know what I mean? This isn't like you went down to wherever to run for it and like, here, I just put my name on here. I'm running for mayor. You got a legit dude in your corner backing you up.
No, and I feel very confident about this campaign. So I guess where I'm going with that, Ryan, is those who do not take it seriously right now, just give it 2 or 3 months. We'll see. We'll see how serious it is.
Okay, so we're doing on the listening tour, and then
around February, we're hoping to get some volunteers from UMKC, set up a canvassing operation, have our volunteers just go knock on doors, hand out information, make calls. Really this campaign is all about just getting my face out in the community, people, getting them to know the Joseph Reed Duncan brand, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Sure. Yeah, it's kind of weird calling yourself a brand, right?
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. You need some shirts. You got shirts?
Shirts are coming. We actually just had a campaign logo design. It's up on Facebook, but we're hoping to get that on the back of some business cards.
Czar,
soon,
pull that shit up.
some buttons and.
How do we find that?
Oh yeah, let's get on my Facebook.
Please do.
You should be able to search it publicly. It's just at Duncan for Liberty 2019.
Yeah.
AN, yeah.
For Liberty.
For Liberty 2019.
Duncan for Liberty. Better be for Liberty.
It has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
I like it. Here we go. Whoa, who's Quanto Coffee?
That's my graphic designer. Here, if you'd go to the web page there, it should be the first result on Facebook.
This?
No, no, on the click all.
You're fired.
Yeah, right there. There I am.
Nice. Boom, what do we got here? Oh, cool. Duncan for, I can't read it, April 2nd. April 2nd, huh?
Mm-hmm. You
Duncan
see,
for
the
Liberty.
thing about these
So
municipal...
your shirt's got that on there?
Well, they will eventually.
How
the
can I get
business
one of these
cards and
shirts? I'm a
signs.
size medium.
Well, we are working on it. We actually met a contact, for the merchandise recently, so we might go through him. But no, the reason we put that April 2nd on there is the problem with these municipal elections is a lot of times, if you're not reading the local paper here, which the Liberty paper only comes out once a week on Thursday. It's not even the Liberty paper anymore.
I can't imagine many people are reading
Yeah,
that.
it's Kearney and Smithville combined. So if you're not hanging out at City Hall and if you're not reading the paper, you're not really in the loop. So a lot of people just don't even know there's an election. So,
Yeah.
part of our strategy here is to just kind of
Get
a
out and
bigger
vote.
turnout. Yeah.
MTV style.
But I better stop myself now. I don't want to give away too much.
No. Well, you remember how MTV did that whole Get Out and Vote
Actually, I
tour?
don't remember.
I've recently befriended a couple of hip-hop artists when we put on a Get Out and Vote hip-hop show. I don't know, just an idea. A Liberty, get out and vote for your man right here.
Yeah, Joseph Reed Duncan. Duncan
April
for Liberty.
2nd.
April 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. It's kind of cool to have somebody I've talked to
Yeah.
run for...
I mean, hopefully you see I kind of know what I'm talking about at least, and that I'm somewhat educated.
No, everyone knows that I don't know what I'm talking about, but you obviously do.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
trying
you're
to learn.
making me look good. Thank you.
Yeah, it's not hard to do, right? I'll make everybody look good. How many people kind of vote? I'm sure you've seen analytics and numbers by this point. Like, how many people in Liberty are voting percentage-wise? That's
Darin,
probably your...
You want to take this one? I've been talking a lot.
Oh no, man, you're
All right.
you got it.
Well, Liberty currently has a population of 31,000 people, and I'm just going to go ahead and pull up the results on my phone because I have the pictures here. But so back in 2013, when Lyndall Brenton was elected, he only had one challenger. The challenger's name was Travis Stouffer. So that year, of the population of about 30,000 people, only 2,407 people showed up to vote.
Damn.
Lyndall got...
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, anybody can run for mayor and be mayor.
Yeah.
That is not hard to do. You got to just win the majority of 2,000 people.
Well,
But if you get more people out, yeah, I get it. Oh,
Great.
dude.
Great respect to Lyndall. He's,
I'm
got
not
a lot of experience under his belt. He was in the city council for 14 years.
I'm not
so-
knocking the dude. Don't get me wrong.
No.
I'm not saying anyone can do it, but that's just I feel like with the right plan, with the right dude behind you, with the right social media, with younger people. This Lindell dude, I don't know what his strategy is, but he's an older dude. I don't know how in touch with younger people on social media this is, but it's a younger people's game right now. You got a good face. You're younger. You got a good faced dude that's got experience behind your back, dude.
Yeah.
I met you for, what are we at here? We're at how long? 53 minutes, and I can tell you've already got this shit in the bag, bro. I'm
Well,
even fucking worried about it. Really, it shouldn't be that hard.
No,
You
I'm
can
not
take
too
this
worried
dude
about
out.
it.
I'm not worried about it either.
but speaking of social media campaigns, before I get back to the figures here, recently an older individual was trying to tell me that social media campaigns mean nothing, that you still have to get people to turn out to vote, and it's like...
Jeff Sessions.
It's like, dude...
Is that who you're talking to?
No, but it's like... I told him, I was like, dude, I know that. Social media, it's called free advertising.
Yeah.
The kids are on it. He doesn't think the kids are on it 'cause
Everybody's
he's not on it. But, I mean.
You can't listen to old people.
Yeah.
You can't.
I mean, I
There's
want
a certain cutoff where they just. You go on YouTube and just Google like old senators using an iPhone. They don't know what the fuck they're doing on that thing. They can't figure out how to find the internet on there. They don't know what they're talking about. If you're listening to any dude that's over like 50 for the most part, they probably don't know what they're talking about when it comes to social media and the internet and stuff.
But Ryan, just consider the technological advances we've experienced within the last 50 years.
Yeah.
Human civilization has been around for what, about 10,000 years?
A little bit longer.
That's
right?
an interesting question.
that
question has all kinds of answers,
humans
right?
Humans have been around forever, and society has been around for the last couple thousand years,
Sure.
right?
Right.
Civilization. But here's the thing. For the past couple thousands of years, right, humans have been living, in pretty much the same way.
This go around.
Agricultural society, no electricity, right?
Right.
And it was only with the Industrial Revolution that things really got sped up to the point where they're at now. So, I have a lot of respect for the elders in this town. And
I'm not knocking the elders. Look, everybody that's listening to this, what I say has nothing to do with your opinions. This is all mine. If I'm shitting on old people for not knowing the internet, that's my opinion. That's not yours. Don't feel like you have to defend that.
No, I'm just on a serious note, though. I mean, there have been a lot of technological changes that have taken place.
Right.
And if you're not necessarily keeping up, or if you don't even know you're supposed to be keeping up, you're going to get left behind, because social media really is a cult. All your friends are in it, and if you're not in it, you're missing out.
More people are in it than aren't in it.
Exactly. I mean, Facebook has about, 1 billion plus users now? That's 1/7 of the
easily.
world population.
Yeah. Everyone's using Facebook.
Zuck has them all in his pocket.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd want to be that guy. That guy ain't doing it right. That ain't, when you're balling out of control, ball out of control. Like, don't be. That guy's a weird dude. He ain't doing it right.
Well, he was
like, I'd be taking my money and just do what I want. Live on a beach, living in a mountain, travel all over the place, have dime pieces on me like this, like Dan Bilzerian. Do you guys know who Dan Bilzerian is?
No.
Oh, pull that shit up, Czar. Please pull up like the Instagram of Dan Bilzerian. Dan Bilzerian is a pretty rich dude. He made a lot of his money, I think, playing poker.
Really?
And he's nothing but guns and women and gambling and just having a good time. But he's not like, you might think he's like kind of an asshole and dick, and like if you would look at it, you'd be like, he's like, you might have you would assume he's a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
He's just, this guy is doing it right. Look at him. First of all, he's a dime piece. Look at that guy. I mean, he's ripped, just shredded, looks good, and he's got all these hot chicks all the time. Just look, I mean, he's just living the life. When you have money, that's how you do it. Mark Zuckerberg, take a look at Dan Bilzerian's Instagram and change your life, dude. You got all the money and you're doing it wrong. Like, what's the motivation behind having all the information of everybody? Like, is that just because he's a weird? You
know,
you see him? You ever seen him drink water?
The same thing.
Who's doing this?
Look at this. He's doing the same thing.
Who is? Dan.
Mark Zuckerberg.
No, but his is just on
He
like
ain't
a
doing the
more
same
modest
thing.
scale, though.
He's hanging out with his kids.
Dude, that dude's
Ryan, can I say something about
Say whatever you
Mr.
want.
Zuck?
sure.
The thing about Mark Zuckerberg is 2004, right? He's just, some Harvard kid trying to, make a social media thing, right? Rumor has it so he could, spy on the girls, right? Or young women.
That
I
was the
should
rumor?
say. Yeah, that's what I heard. Like there was a meme of Mark Zuckerberg, with a distraught looking face, and the caption said something along the lines of, when you make a social media platform to spy on women at your school, but now you're the CEO of a billion-dollar company, or something like that. But
You ever seen him drink water? Did you see him at that?
yeah, have you seen his knees, the way they bend in that
No.
one picture?
No, I have not. Anyways, that's the Zuckerberg. You ain't doing it right, G. Like, you need to take a look at I mean, I guess that's just my personality, where I come from. Different strokes for different folks. If I was balling out of control, I'm living like Dan, not Mark. That's where I'm getting at.
It's about the
Right or wrong.
lifestyle that you want to choose. Anybody can live how they want, just as long as they're not hurting others. You know, so if that's what
Yeah.
makes Mark happy, then you
No,
know,
touche.
you should keep doing it.
Hey,
You know that maybe that's just not him, man. Maybe he's just
no,
not
it's
wild
obviously
like
not
that.
him. I mean, and that would be the difference between like I
Right.
said, that's what's wonderful about this world is there are so many completely different people like that. Dan Bilzerian ain't creating Facebook, so we need to have the Mark Zuckerbergs of the world to create that shit for us. And now, if you want to debate if Facebook was ever a good or bad thing to be invented, that's a whole nother topic.
Oh no,
Right.
I love it.
You love it?
I mean, I don't want to say I love it, but
Social media, you love? How about social media in general? You love social media?
I don't think it's bad necessarily.
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to know how to use it, and you have to know when to put it down.
Yeah.
You know, like anything
That's hard
else.
though, right? For most
Oh,
people.
definitely. You know, I mean, I get so much anxiety over this.
Speaking of, how fucking hilarious is that?
You know, I have all this anxiety over running the campaign page, right? You know, making it perfect, trying to get more likes on there, and it was one night last week. I looked at the clock; it was like 11:50. I was like, close the laptop, like step up from the desk, like I have to put this down because otherwise I'm not going to bed. I'm
It's
gonna
so
feel
addicting.
insane.
I understand where you're at too, trying to build
Mm-hmm.
from like just starting out and trying to build that presence. I understand that because I'm in the same boat with the podcast and stuff like that, where you're just constantly, what can I do to grow it? What can I try to do today to get my name out there, to get people to check my stuff out? And you're like, every little like, every little comment, every little subscription, every whatever it is, it just means so much because there's so few and far between. At least, like at the beginning, I would imagine that's kind of what it's like, and it just feels good. But you've got this momentum going, and you wish the momentum on that side would catch up to you.
Right.
But you're still, I mean, you've only been doing it for a few weeks, right? Or did it start before you actually put your name in? Like, how long have you been kind of, like, when did you start with this whole idea? I am going to do this, and that's when you started. I mean, I know when you put your name into it, but did you start this idea in your brain? Like, when was that first?
To be honest with you, I'm only about a month into it. To tell the story truthfully, my stepfather brought home a flyer that was advertising the candidacy for the mayoral race, and he was like, "Hey, you're, going to be a political science graduate soon.
Yeah.
Why don't you do this?" And I was like, kind of like whatever at first, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized, well, hey, maybe this is doable. Not to sound like I'm, power hungry and that's all I'm doing it for.
I don't think
I mean,
anybody's going to think that.
It's not a high-paying position by any means. You can go look up how much it pays on the City of Liberty website, or I can just say it here. But, it's not about the money necessarily. So I really am trying to do this for the community, and I think I would do a good job at it. You asked me earlier, you said some of the things the city was doing with its money necessarily.
Yeah.
I didn't really give you a good answer at that time, so I've been circling back to it in my head.
All right, well, hold on. We're at 1 hour and 2 minutes. No, I'm not trying to time us. I got to pee is all. I'm just saying this is usually my weak bladder syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to start something right now, Czar. Get over here at Czar's Corner. You guys can talk to Czar for a hot minute. What do you think about that? You want to get on here? Whatever the fuck you want. Just keep continuing.
Oh, is that his stage name? I think I called him by his real name.
Yeah,
so
you call whatever you want. But on here we call him Czar. He's also a rapper, and that's
nice.
He's very talented, and I'm extremely lucky to have him in my corner. I got to piss. If you guys got to piss, you can go after me. Or the chicken can, whatever. I'll be back. This is how I told you we're not professional around here. This is how
He's not professional, but I am. So, I was on YouTube and I seen a video of you.
Oh, yeah.
Do you care to elaborate a little bit? Am I touching any buttons of yours?
No, not at all.
Are we still live here?
Yeah.
All right.
Don't worry.
Do it to Ron.
Oh, the video. That was not me. It was an actual stunt double.
Really?
All right, that's what we're going with.
No. But yeah, that was me, man.
Yeah.
I embarrassed myself a little bit.
Oh, well. I've embarrassed myself plenty of times.
Why don't you tell him your impression of that video?
Oh, I thought you kind of like tripped and grabbed the flag to like catch and balance yourself.
Oh yeah.
And it kind of like just looked like you're like, oh.
Oh yeah.
But I was like, nah, I don't think
Yeah,
he was like disrespectful.
Well,
in
and
any
let's
way.
Nah.
clarify here. That was the city of Kansas City flag, correct?
Yeah, not Liberty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not the American flag or the state flag.
Oh yeah. No.
So what do your friends think of you running for mayor?
Well, as I was, wait, I just want to get back to Darin for
Oh,
a
yeah,
second
go
here.
ahead.
Darin is a great man. Very well educated. Really knows his stuff. So again, I'm really appreciative that I have him
Yeah.
by my side, helping me out with this campaign. My friends, what do they think about this? Some people have been very supportive. Others who know me, a bit better, they kind of laugh at me and they're like, "What? Are you really doing this?" And I'm like, "No, yes, I am really doing this."
Yeah.
And I mean, it's even been hard to convince my parents that I'm taking it seriously,
Really?
Really.
How come?
Well, parents are parents, not to sound like an angsty teen or anything,
Sure.
but, that's just how it is sometimes.
How good is it going to feel when you win?
It's going to feel so good, Ryan.
Like
Gonna
to put it in
show 'em
other
all.
people's faces, like to show all the haters and the doubters.
Yeah, I don't have to tell them, right? I'll just let them figure it out for themselves, on the news or on the social media or whatever.
Right.
I'm not going to be like, get in people's faces being like, "Look what I did,"
There's no
that's
need to do.
not
They're
me.
already going to know. The doubters are already going to be like, "Oh shit, we were wrong."
Yeah.
Nice.
No, it's going to feel good.
And so Darin, let's go back to you. So you're from, you live in South KC.
Yep.
And you
South Kansas City.
You've kind of been in the political sphere for a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not going to get like whatever, but I did see a video of you with Sly
Wait,
James.
We've already been through it.
Oh, yeah?
Watch it back.
Okay, well, it ain't where I'm going with it. It's kind of like, are you guys cool? Are you and Sly cool?
Yeah, no problems.
I don't know much about that guy. Who was before him? Was it Funkhauser?
Yep.
Were you cool with him? Did you know him, or was that before kind of
yeah.
you got into the game?
Yeah, that was a little bit before my time.
That dude, do you remember who Funkhauser was, Joseph or Duncan? I'm gonna call you Duncan just because it's vote for Duncan. I think you need. What do you want people to call you? Like you want name recognition? Do you want Duncan or Joseph?
Well,
or
on
Joe?
the ballot, it's Joseph Reed Duncans. That's what we have it as on the Facebook.
But as far as like name recognition, like it's vote for Duncan, right?
I mean, yeah, Duncan for Liberty.
Duncan for Liberty.
2019. But you all could just call me Joe.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah. I have a friend who calls me above average Joe. So.
Sorry, I veered off of you there for a bit. What was I
above
saying?
average, yeah.
What was I saying?
Darin.
The Funkhauser.
yeah.
Funkhauser.
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
know
No,
Funkhauser, or was that before your time?
Yeah, that was before my time, honestly. I'm still so young.
Yeah, that dude he had the perfect name. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Didn't that guy have the perfect name for what he looked like?
Yeah.
I mean, he was like this tall, lanky dude. I'd go to the parades. I used to live down in Midtown, and you'd see him in the parades, like the St. Patty's Day parade. He's just this big old lanky dude. Like,
Let's get him pulled up here.
You know who he looked like?
What this dude looks like.
you know who he looked like was Bob Hieronymus, which is the Sasquatch video, the infamous Bigfoot video, the Bigfoot
where
video.
it's like
The grainy film. That's kind of who Funkhauser looks like in Walk Around. Like.
goodness.
There he is. Look at him. He probably had gigantism or something like that. What a great name. I think that's the only. Again, I'm gonna show my.
He looks like one of those dead psychologists from
Ooh.
the textbooks.
Ooh, yeah, he does, doesn't he? I'm gonna show my ignorance here again. I think the only reason why Funkhauser won when he did is because of his name. Funk. Funkhauser. That's a dope name.
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
I'm gonna vote for that than whatever the other name might have been.
Bring me the funk.
And I think Sly James is the same way. Like, I want to vote for a dude.
James.
This name's Sly
Sly.
James. That's a
Right.
great name.
And he's always wearing the little bow ties.
That's a great
right?
name. If I just showed up to the poll and I just saw two names, not knowing anybody, not knowing whoever they were, but I just saw the names and that's what I'm voting on, and I see the name Sly James, I'm probably picking that over Ryan Westa, which is me.
Right.
I'd pick Sly over me.
Ryan
Name
Westa.
only.
Well, part of being a candidate really is kind of building your image, and if you're lucky enough to have a last name or a first name that rings, that's good. Or if you have a little bit of a
Yoder voter, right? Was
Yoder,
that the Kansas
yeah.
guy, the Yoder voter?
Yoder's gone now.
Good.
Yeah, he
You
lost.
know what's crazy about him? That he got reelected, right? Like,
No, he lost.
no, but I think
He's
He's
been
been-
reelected before, yeah.
when that guy first got elected, he went to like Jerusalem or something
Yeah.
like that and went skinny dipping in the Sea of Galilee.
Yeah.
I think he was kind of drunk and was trying to impress people and went skinny dipping in the Sea of Galilee and still got reelected.
I think that's what got him reelected.
You think that's what got him reelected?
Yeah, people liked it.
Really? In
Yeah.
Kansas,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
conservative as ours, because it was the
Well,
Sea of Galilee. I'm trying to be
Well,
like.
I mean, Sharice Davids is everything but a conservative, so
Well, yeah. And she got elected.
yeah. So Johnson County is weird.
Kansas is weird. I'm not a
Kansas is
Kansas
But,
fan.
some people, Darin, they like a candidate with a little bit of backstory, a little bit of
Yeah.
notoriety behind them.
Yeah.
So if I can certainly gain this on this particular campaign, that'd be excellent. But maybe nothing too high profile, though.
Not yet.
Not certainly that kind of story.
You
no.
don't want to bring out any of your scandals right now.
What?
I said you don't want to bring out any of your scandals right now.
What do you mean, any of my
Yeah,
scandals?
right.
I don't have any scandals.
That is, you know what? That's actually kind of like the good thing about him being 21, is he hasn't had time yet to get corrupted or to get
Right.
any kind of scandals that
Just
are gonna.
wait.
Yeah, well, hopefully not. I mean, if you get the right
No,
people
yeah.
on your back, hopefully that ain't gonna happen.
Well, I mean, Mayor of Liberty, how crazy can I get? You know.
I bet you a little bit of swagger comes with that. After a little bit, I bet you walk
Probably.
with a little extra pep in your step.
Yeah.
You know, add a couple inches to your.
I've been trying to lately. You know how it be.
I would. I mean, if I was mayor, I'd have that big dick energy on 10. Like I would, man. I mean, I'm the mayor, bitch. That's how I would introduce myself. Ryan Wester. God damn. Ryan Wester, mayor, bitch. That's how I would introduce myself.
Right on the name tag.
Yeah.
But Ryan,
Exactly.
you were asking me earlier some of the things the city council was doing, and
Yeah.
I gave you a bad answer, so I had to circle back.
Yeah,
that
please.
Into my mind. Like I said, right now Liberty is just focused on growth and development. Right now, kind of the main goal of the city council is to work around the 152
Right.
area. Keep building the Liberty Triangle, which is it's the literal triangle geographically between Highway 291, Highway 152, and Interstate 35.
Right.
Also, some plans of development. They just paved a road this last summer called South Liberty Parkway.
Yeah, I drive by it every day now.
Yeah.
It just got
No,
done.
because this neighborhood,
It's an
so you
extra
can hop right on the interstate. I bet that's nice, huh?
It is, but now there's an extra stoplight I have to stop at.
But yeah, they're planning on putting some businesses out there. 'Cause
That'd be
it's pretty
great.
barren right now. And
Yeah.
same thing up by Liberty North, where I went to high school. They're trying to do that. So that's kind of
Liberty's booming.
that's
It is
kind of the
booming,
main
just
thing.
nonstop,
Growth.
just growing. It is
Yeah.
kind of cool to see. I just wish it would grow in more different spots instead of just one strip. That's my gripe with everything. It's just like I love seeing it grow and explode. Like I love the community. I do like the people up here. There's a lot of just nice people in
Mhm.
Liberty. I just my grievance isn't with them. It's just with putting everything on 152. I want to see it spread out.
Right.
Yeah, but that's my selfish reason for not wanting to go every couple hundred yards and stopping at a stoplight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's South KC like? You guys got good infrastructure around there driving around? Like, what's the area? What are we talking about? Which area? Is that where you stay most of your time, or are you up here a lot now because you got to help him out, or
No,
are you all over the place?
pretty much all over the place?
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're KC, just straight up KC, huh?
Try to be.
Yeah. What do you think about kind of that shit going on with Westport right now? Westport's always been kind of a hot topic issue, but there's been some shit going on down there recently. It's kind of,
Yeah,
like businesses are closing down, and it's.
yeah.
You got any kind of insight on that?
No, I don't have any insight at all.
Opinions on it? Like it's sad, man.
I
Like I
don't
used
even
to
get
like
over to
going.
Westport as much as I used to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you used to, right?
Yeah.
Like everybody's got Westport stories. You don't because you're 21 probably, but like us, he's 37, I'm 39. Like, I don't know about you, but I cut my teeth in Westport.
Yeah.
I mean,
Westport was a spot.
I have a vicarious experience through the River Market. I guess back in the 90s, my biological parents lived there in a building, but that was before the area was all gentrified and there were no shops. You know, back then it was just strictly the warehouses down there.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I think they would have much rather enjoyed living there now, you know, with all the little coffee shops and escape rooms down in the River Market area and the, you know, the Chinese grocery store.
Oh, yeah. I like that place. The
Yeah.
River Market's great.
No, it's fun.
Mm-hmm. Westport's just bummed out about
No,
McCoy.
yeah.
Like McCoy's, I think, just shut down or is shutting down.
Yeah.
Like that was just.
Well, they
I don't
tore up
know.
that Bank of America over there. I didn't even realize
Really?
that. Yeah, we were driving by there.
That's like the spot where everybody parks.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, isn't that the Californios right there, or which one is that?
No,
in the corner
that's-
there.
I mean, that's by McCoy's.
They made it so everybody has to pay to park.
Yeah, they make where everyone has to pay to park. You gotta
But they
get
got-
you get frisked down there now at like.
Really? Stop and frisk and around KC.
It's even worse than
huh?
stop and frisk, right?
You have to get frisked out.
You know, maybe
Yeah. Yeah.
Darin, maybe I should tell him about the media stunt I saw in downtown KC, recreating the
stunt?
crime scene. Yeah.
What's the media stunt? What happened?
So, you know, I don't know my Kansas City geography as well as I should. I just drive around there. I don't really pay attention to street names. But kind of along 31st over by 71 Highway, I was driving by around noon, and there was, you know, police tape set up around the block of this one area, you know, police car with the lights on. But, you know, it was pretty clear they were wrapping it up. You know, the police were leaving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Darin and I drive back by 5 hours later, you know, news vans are out there, you know, more police cars with their lights flashing.
Same spot.
Yeah, and what they were doing was basically recreating, you know, the scene to make it look good for the news. And that
Really?
that really changed my perspective. I didn't realize that actually happened, like, here in
No
Kansas
way.
City.
Well, how do cops have the time to do that shit? No, like there's shit going on in this city. How do they have time to go play actors and actresses? That doesn't make any sense. Who's like organizing this? Like what and what's the who's paying who? Like they're not. Oh, let as a police force, let's voluntarily send some cops down there and be
Well,
actors for the local news. Come on,
it's like-
really?
This is relevant. It's like the Philip K. Dick novel called The Penultimate Truth. It's about World War III. Everybody lives underground. They think underground the war is still going on, but on the surface, the top 1/10 of the 1% have split up the land among themselves and just have huge estates. And everybody underground, the war has been over for 8 years, but they've been down there for 10 years thinking it's still going on, and they're using the elitists are using fake media and fake news and fake war stories to keep the people underground and to
Sure.
literally and figuratively keep them in the dark with
North Korea.
information.
Sure.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and also the president.
Well, hold on. Why aren't we freaking out more about
Oh.
these cops being actors?
Yeah, no. You know, I don't really know that much about Kansas City politics. I'm from
Is that
Liberty.
political? Would that be political, Darin, or is that like who's or what?
Everything's political, Ryan.
Sure, but like, what would your what would your
I have no clue.
theory behind this be?
My theory is just a bunch of BS. That's about it.
That's all you got.
Yeah.
You've never thought about this?
No.
Get out of here.
It's way too much stuff.
Is this too controversial for you to talk about? You don't want to get into it? That's cool if it's not.
No, I mean.
This is just weird. I've never heard of cops collaborating with the fucking news to recreate a crime scene. Like who gets anything out? Who benefits from this? Like the cops must be benefiting it.
You're asking all the right questions.
Well, get more viewers on that news channel. More people seeing the ads.
Right, but the
more
cops aren't
money.
saying, "Oh, hey, Fox 4, you know what? We had some shit go down on 31st in Maine
Mhm.
that we think you guys might be interested, but gosh darn it, you guys just missed out. But maybe if you came maybe slipped us a little something, bought us a new vest, maybe bought us a new car. We might recreate a little something, put a little chalk outline over here. Maybe you guys just happened to show up and we were just getting off in a speeding chase. Maybe. We don't know. We still need a new cop car, though. But could that be something that would, like, what else? Like, the cops aren't just calling up and saying, hey, you guys just missed out, but don't worry. In the kindness of our hearts, we're going to recreate this scene. Or is it the opposite way? Is Fox 4 and KCTV5 or whoever it may be calling the cops and saying, hey, we just heard on the scanner there was a hit and run with a dude that had a kilo of cocaine on him, and you guys busted him 100 yards away chasing him, and we heard it was really awesome. Nobody was there. What do you guys think about, doing this for us, recreating it, What do you guys think about doing that? Would you guys be down for that? And then the cops would be like, we ain't going to just help you guys. No, we're a real organization here. We're not going to do that. Then KCTV Fire says, you know what? How would you guys like this new police cruiser?
I think it's worse than that. I think it's normalcy.
You think it's normalcy?
Yeah, I think something is just so normal that when you get the code over the scanner.
I don't know. There's got to be some kind of benefits. That's me just off the top of my head from the first time hearing this story.
I mean, and that's
but you're telling me you've never thought about anything like that?
No.
No comment. No comment. How dare you? How dare you? I respect it.
That's just one instance, Ryan. I'm going to briefly go back to A Scanner Darkly here. Also in that novel, the president is a robot, and they feed it speeches through a computer. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
It really is hard with, the age of social media and technology and all this information being thrown at us. It's difficult to decipher what's true and what's not necessarily true. I mean, that's what my, senior research paper was all about. It was about Russian disinformation in the United States.
The Russian bots and Facebook?
Yeah,
all that
it's
kind of
crazy.
Stuff? Yeah.
I think it was saying that at the time of the Facebook hearings, 80,000 accounts that were linked to, Moscow had been deleted on Facebook. And, in Ferguson and in Baltimore, they actually got, under fake blacktivist organizations, they actually got people to show up and protest and organize.
Blacktivists.
Oh, my bad, man. But I'll just say black activists from now on. But so they got these people out there to organize around real issues, but for organizations that didn't actually exist. And this isn't fake news. There's research on this. Like, this is what's actually going on, and it's still happening. Very recently on Facebook, back in October, there was a video of a Russian woman. She was a self-proclaimed feminist, right? And she was pouring bleach onto the laps of men on the subway train who were guilty of manspreading. Right?
Oh, yeah.
But here's the thing. They weren't even manspreading that much. So everybody who saw the video was really outraged, saying that she was in the wrong. And then it turns out that video was actually debunked as Russian propaganda to make the feminism movement look bad.
Okay.
So it's still going on. That was,
check your sources.
This year.
Can't just watch one video and not let that make up your mind for everything.
But a lot of people do that though, because here's the thing:
yeah.
people are lazy. They don't want to
people are
search
lazy.
out.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that.
They don't want to search out their own information. They want the information to come to them. So as the political scientist, it's our responsibility to, kind of, I guess, find the truth in the data.
Yeah. Is that where all the truth is at? Is in the data? I thought it was in the money. Right?
Both.
Follow the money? Isn't that where the truth is?
Well, money is data. It's all numbers.
Yeah, it is nowadays, right? It's all ones and zeros. It's all in the banks. Like, who uses cash anymore, really? It's all ones and zeros.
You accumulate all that pocket change. You never really do anything with it. Just sits in your ashtray.
Right.
It's better to use cash than you get those rewards.
Hell yeah. Guys, I appreciate you guys being in here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't just absolutely end it. I'm going to let these guys know how appreciative I am of them coming in here and spending their time and me trying to ruffle their feathers and get to say something controversial. It didn't work.
We appreciate you.
These guys are stone cold killers right here.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely. We got Kontrika off mic. You want to get on this mic and say what you want to say real quick?
I'll just lean over here. I'll just share. I'm not scared. I just want to say that I've paid attention to politics in my city, Kansas City, forever, and that I don't think Darin wants to make this about him or talk about himself at all, because he's here in a capacity to represent you. But I want to say that you couldn't have somebody better on your team. I've watched him run 3 campaigns, and although he did not win those campaigns, he won the hearts of a lot of people and the trust and the faith of a lot of people in his city. So hats off to Darin, and I'm really excited about your campaign, and I just wanted to say that.
Well, thank you, and
Thank you.
That's what it's all about, Katrinka.
Hell yeah, I'm excited too, man. I want to personally know the mayor of Liberty. So
Well, maybe you
April's-
already do.
You're in your way.
Yeah, that's what I already do, right? So before we get out of here, is there anything you want to just kind of let people know? Kind of how can they find you? Just anything you want to just put out there. Say whatever you want to say. The floor's all yours. You guys can say
Duncan
whatever you
for
want.
Liberty.
I know I have, right? I've gone too far. I apologize.
Duncan for Liberty, 2019. Joseph Reed Duncan, April 2nd. It's the information to look for.
That's it.
Well, Duncan for Liberty. His
Duncan for
campaign
Liberty.
name.
Just
Joseph,
Google Duncan for Liberty.
Joseph Reed Duncan is the name on the ballot. Election day is April 2nd. Duncan for Liberty 2019 is the name of the Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Nice.
So, the Facebook is the most active right now, but we're about to start setting up the Instagram and Twitter as well.
Nice. There you go.
I don't know how Zuck screwed up the deal, but you have to post to Instagram first and then share it to Facebook and Twitter. You can't
Oh yeah.
share it from Facebook to Instagram, which kind of upsets me because I prefer Facebook, but it's whatever.
Yeah. Darin, you got any last words you want to?
No, just support Joseph Duncan and his mayoral campaign, and we'll see you at the ballot.
Right on, guys. I really do appreciate it. You guys didn't know me from a can of paint. You guys came into my podcast and rapped with me for a little bit, so I appreciate it. And
Thank
good luck to you. I think this should be in the bag. I'm not worried about it. Peace out.
Listen to Neanderthal.
Say what